Hello everybody, my name is Luigi and welcome to this video, and now I'm going to be discussing playing Skyrim after playing Oblivion after playing Skyrim. Yeah, funny title. Anyway, so I decided to go back to Oblivion, well, a while ago, because I was inspired by a few podcasts and a few of my friends, and to see if it still held up, and I have to say that it doesn't. So first things first, let's talk about the constant crashes to desktop, even for a Bethesda game. And I know this is a problem common with all Bethesda games like Skyrim and Fallout, but nowhere did it crash as much as Oblivion did. And yes, I did install the patch. For good it did. I tried to install the expansion, maybe that installs another patch to fix it, but I couldn't install the expansion. I double clicked the icon, but it wouldn't load up. It just took way too long. And I look forward to the Shivering Isles. I like the expansion pack, I like that DLC. And I think I'm just gonna have to watch a commentary let's play instead. So I did, with my time playing Oblivion, did actually manage to make a few bits of machinima instead, and I'll upload those when I have the chance. Another thing is the mods. No, now both Oblivion, Skyrim, and Morrowind, you can say are fully mod supported. Bethesda Softworks, the makers of the game, actually release a creation kit or construction set, depending on the game, that modders can use to mod the game. And for a fact, that Skyrim has got it inbuilt within Steam. If you buy the Steam version of Skyrim, like I did, you can actually access the Steam Workshop and get mods directly from Steam. There's also the Nexus to download mods, and in my opinion, I prefer Nexus because it's easier to uninstall mods. Anyway, the difference between Oblivion and Skyrim is that Skyrim is much easier to install mods with the Nexus mod manager. Now, Oblivion, it says it's compatible with the Nexus mod manager, but I could not get it to work. So I had to manually install the mods in for Oblivion. For example, the Elven Colored Map and the Better Faces mod, that sort of thing. I had to manually install it. So just dragging things to the data files. And it's usually, and that isn't that much hard, that isn't much of a pain. That's not really what I'm complaining about. It's just uninstalling it is more difficult because you've got to manually search it and then delete it, that sort of thing. Which makes it a lot more easier than just uninstalling it from Nexus Mod Manager or from the data window as you pull it up. And Skyrim is much more compatible with Loot. It's a program that I use to organize the load order of mods for Skyrim. It says it's compatible with Oblivion, but it's not. I could not get it to work. Now, if you're serious about mods, you do know that load order is important. The order that the game loads each of the mods. Because if you don't order them correctly, you have compatibility issues. So Loot is one of the programs that actually helps you to do that automatically. But for the life of me, I could not get it to work with Oblivion. I think it's just a case of rose-tinted glasses. I think I had nostalgia for Oblivion, because it is a good game. But I don't understand why everyone calls Oblivion better than Skyrim, when, no offense, it clearly isn't. And I know Skyrim came out later, and technology and game design has improved since then. But going back to it, it doesn't hold up very well. Now, I'm not bagging the game. I still think it's a good game. And for the small amount of time that I did play it, I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed the quests. And I enjoyed exploring the world. But I think Skyrim does a few things a little better. For example, horses handle better. In Oblivion, you mount a horse, right? And you start walking. And if you move the mouse, it moves the camera, but it doesn't move the horse. You can walk straight. Now, I found that really hard to use the horses in Oblivion. In Skyrim, when you move the mouse, when you move the camera, the horse moves with it. So, if you move the camera, the horse moves in that direction. Rather, it's the opposite in Oblivion. It just makes it more difficult. And sprint, yeah, because those horses are slow. And there are also some more graphical details, like the trees cast shadows. And there's more clutter. There's like more rocks and more stumps, more trees, more grass. And I found like the grass, especially the grass loading was more faster in Skyrim, made it much more realistic, much more raw. And you don't know how big of a deal shadows is. And you can tell when you're playing Oblivion that there is no shadows. And it makes it much more less realistic, and it looks much more like a video game. And it sort of pulls you out of the world. So trees casting shadows, it may not seem like a big deal, but it really is. The lockpick minigame is a lot better than messing with the tumblers than Oblivion. I know Skyrim got it from Fallout 3, but I seem to enjoy that a lot better. And also, it's just some better designed monsters. Like the goblins in Oblivion are quite laughable. And I think Skyrim is a bit more gothic, a bit more Viking gothic. I'm more attracted to gothic sort of things. What I mean by gothic is like ornate, dark and scary sort of thing. More geared towards vampires and werewolves and that sort of thing. I think Skyrim's monsters definitely look much more scarier. The rats, they're called skeevers in Skyrim, are much more scary than Oblivion rats, and the wolves look much more feral in Oblivion than the puppy dogs. They look like puppy dogs in Oblivion. I will say this though, the zombies in Oblivion are really damn scary. So, in conclusion, I still prefer Skyrim to Oblivion, and I guess I wanted to experience nostalgia again, but I couldn't. There were just way too many control differences and graphical differences, and it kept on crashing, and installing was a pain, and installing mods was a pain. I believe that Oblivion should have been left to my good memories. But for the moments that I did play the game, it was enjoyable. But I don't think I could play it again. It's a good game, but not great. So that is all I want to say about playing Skyrim after playing Oblivion, after playing Skyrim. I would like to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think I'm wrong, or do you agree with me? Please let me know. Thank you for watching.